Hi guys, it's Emily from Honourable Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my top 5 middle grade book. Okay, so I said top 5, but there's kind of 2 extra, so can I do like top 7? Do you know what, I'm going to say top 5 with 2 extras. How about that? Because there's 1 extra that I only read last month, so it's going to get newly added to it, and there's one that's not quite top 5. Okay, that's how I'm going to do it. Top 5, but 2 honorary mentions. We're going to, because top 5 always sounds good in the thumbnails. You can't really put top 7 in the thumbnails, can you? Or can you? Okay, we'll think. I'll see what I think. Anyway, these are the top 5 middle grade books. I don't do much middle grade. I'm reading a lot more middle grade nowadays, but I haven't done any videos specifically for middle grade March. I've not followed it completely, because there's too many other readathons in March. There's obviously Her Story, there's the Irish readathon. So I've not got as many middle grade books as I want. That is something that's growing, and as you would see in book hauls recently, that number is well and truly growing. So I'm certainly going to be getting more middle grade because I am enjoying the genre. Middle grade books in general make me feel cosy. They make me feel young, and I think the good thing with middle grade is, you can be any age to read it. If you go at it knowing the age it is ranged for, I don't know exactly the age range middle grade is supposed to be for because I'm daft and I didn't look that up. But middle grade books are great. They can be very different. I've got middle grade fantasy, middle grade contemporary, middle grade historical fiction. And there are so many amazing books, and they're books you can read again and again. And they're books that can grab you, and there are authors that you love. And it's just, oh my goodness. At some point next year, I'm probably going to be able to do a top 10 because, like I said, I found 5 plus 2, so that's 7 very easily. And I've got series in this, and I've got loads of other books that I'm going to be reading for middle grade. And I think middle grade can teach us a lot as well, because middle grade is aimed at teaching our children, and it can teach grown-ups, because as grown-ups, we don't know everything, do we? You know, we don't know, I just think we tend to overcomplicate the world, and middle grade books are great at making it simple. They do tackle issues in them, and they do tackle great things, but they do it in a way that it doesn't feel like it overwhelms us, and I think that's one of the things I love about middle grade. And like I said, I love them. Anyway, I'm not doing them in a specific order, although I think I'm not doing a specific order, but I do have a favourite, and I'll do that relatively near. Before I show you my 2 extras, I'll show you my favourite middle grade, and I think everyone will understand why that is. So the first middle grade that I have to talk about is The Lost Whale by Hannah Gold. She also wrote The Lost Bear, which I loved. I've got Finding Bear that I want to get, but I think I'm going to wait until it comes out in paperback because I've got this. The Lost Whale is just a really good book. I think Hannah Gold writes great books about nature and about books, how they connect to that. I loved this book when I read it. I know Olivia from Olivia's Catastrophe read it and loved it. Their bond could set them free. Rio has been he got sent to live with his grandmother in California because his mum was in hospital. And Rio just wants his mum to get better. It does tackle mental health, and it does tackle depression and things like that, but it does it in a really great way. And Rio sees, when he goes on this whale watching trip, he sees this whale called Whitebeak, the gentle giant of the sea, and Rio forms this bond with this whale. And it is such an incredible book because it talks about nature, it talks about friendship, it talks about family. It has one of the other things I love about these books are the pictures. I'm trying to find a really good picture. The pictures that the author includes, you can see the whale, and the picture that this author includes makes it even better because you can really feel yourself going to these places. You can feel yourself getting immersed. The characters are great. Rio's grandmother, I loved her, and you didn't expect to love her. I loved Rio, and I really wanted him to get the happy ending. But it does tackle these issues, and it does it in such a way that you're learning about nature and conservation and things like that. And nature and conservation is something that it talks about a lot in this book and in The Lost Bear. And about looking after what we've got for our children. So I really, really love this book. Another recent read that apparently I made loads of other booktubers get is The City of Stolen Magic by Nazine Ahmed Pathak. And this is a recent book I read. It was a recent one from Waterstones, and at the moment it's the author's only work. When she writes another book, I will be so badly getting it. I got it from Waterstones as I got the stunning sprayed edges. And this is historical fiction, fantasy, and it's done so well. I absolutely loved it. I really, really loved it. It's set firstly in India in 1855, and the British rule across the land, Indian magic is being stamped out. And then people bought, more terrifying still, people born magic are being snatched from their home. Rumour is it that they're getting taken across the sea to England by the all-powerful sinister company. And when Chompa's home is attacked and her mother is kidnapped, Chompa, who was born with powerful and dangerous magic, basically ends up going over to London to try and find her mother. And it is emotional. It really will sort of tackle things. And it's set very much in that time. So 1855, I think that's Victorian time. So a lot of it's set in London as well as the India. And it's magic and it's friendships, found family. It will destroy you. It is quite emotional. Considering it's middle grade, I found certain bits quite sort of scary almost. Although I know I'm a giant wimp. But the writing is incredible, and again, you just really feel like you're just immersed in each chapter. Again, has got like a little picture at the start of the chapters. The writing is just, it's incredible. To mix historical fiction, oh, and there are some pictures. Look, there are some pictures which breaks it up. But this is a really amazing mix of the fantasy as part of the magic and the magic that happens. The historical fiction, the baddies, the goodies. You don't know who's bad, who's good. The friendships. And about the young protagonist who's fighting to get somewhere and fighting to find their mother. And it's exciting, and just, it's one I really recommend. Like, I've made 2 people at least buy this. I really think a lot more people should, because it's amazing. And then another magical book. And a series, this is the start of a series that I absolutely loved, and this is A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison. I think Charlie from Charles Heathcote loved this series. I know Chatty's loved it, and Chatty the Mad Chatter, and this is an incredible, incredible book. It's about, and this series is incredible. The 3 sisters are trapped by an ancient curse, 3 magical objects with the power to change their fate. Will they be enough to break the curse, or will they lead the sisters into more danger? And the first 2 books, this is the first book I believe, then we've got A Sprinkle of Sorcery, Tangle of Spells, and then there's another one. And this is 3 sisters. My favourite sister is the middle sister. Again, you've got like pictures, like maps, and I love the sisters. And obviously I'm one of 3 sisters anyway, so that automatically will get me. I'm just going to see if there's any pictures in this. No, there isn't. But it's 3 sisters, it's magic, it's fantasy. Which of the windows, you know, and there's like a quiz at the end. Actually, I want to do this quiz. Which of the Windows sisters are you? So tempted to do this quiz. I didn't even see this quiz. Shall I do this quiz while I'm with you? So let's do the quiz together. How would you describe yourself? Daring, caring, or mischievous? I think I'll go caring. B. At a party, you are most likely to be found talking to a mysterious stranger, which is A. Topping up drinks, you need to make sure that everyone's having a good time. Or raiding the buffet, C. I think realistically probably raiding the buffet, which would be C. Your ideal gift would be a trip on a hot air balloon. No way. Handwritten poem. That's quite sweet. Or a pet. C. I kind of think a pet actually. Ooh, they might get the sister different. You're probably a bit too fond of trouble, your reflection, or cake. Cake. C. Okay. Your dream vacation would be 3 nights in a tropical rainforest, following maps, a family caravan holiday, picking wild fruit by the day and singing around the campfire, a week at an animal sanctuary, feeding newborn lambs, and knitting jumpers. Okay, that's B. Your favourite game is a treasure hunt, kiss chase, or bobbing for apples. Well, it's certainly not going to be, I'd say bobbing for apples, really. Not kiss chase. When you're upset, the way you feel better is stare up at the stars and plot a solution. Spend time with the people you love, or cuddle up with the cat and eat ice cream. See, I'd love cuddling with my cat. You're willing to break the rules if you are bored, in love, or hungry. I'm Charlie, apparently. I thought I'd be Fliss, but I'm Charlie. You're mischievous and daring, apparently. You go where the fun leads you. Your loyalty is unshakable as your nerve. There's not much that scares you. Despite preferring friends with 4 legs rather than 2, you're great company, incredibly smart and perceptive, and when you're not distracted by all the things fluffy or your rumbling tummy. Kind of think that might actually be me, I think. Although I was a toss between that and Fliss, but I don't know if I've got the caring nature of Fliss. Anyway, I'd love to know which one of these. I just want to do this quiz again because I don't know. Charlie Rats, if you're watching this, see which one of the sisters you think I am. Actually, if you know these books, tell me what sister you think I am, actually. But brilliant, brilliant series. Love that. So that's 3. And then the other one I had to mention is Julia and the Shark by Kira Mills Hargraves and Tom Friston. I've got 2 copies of this. One that Alice gave me and one that Jack gave me. So I've got 2 copies of this book. It is, again, it does talk about nature. It talks about, it tackles depression and a lot of things like that and mental health. It's got the shark, it's got animals. That's a shark and a whale. Bloody hell, anyone think I like water. But the pictures are incredible. And it does deal with those things so well. This is Julia. My name is Julia. And this is the story of the summer I spent on an island living in the lighthouse. The summer I almost lost my mum and found a shark older than the trees. Don't worry, that doesn't spoil the ending. A lighthouse is a good place for adventure. Again, this is a brilliant, brilliant book. It is incredible. I've just got sneaky peek. I got Layla and the Blue Fox by Chris. Chris bought me Layla and the Blue Fox by these authors. And I know this is an amazing book. I know that actually Jack from Sped Bookjoy is someone that's got great middle grade recommendations, and she recommended this. And it's brilliant. Again, this is more contemporary with elements of, like I said, it does tackle mental health. I will be, by the way, linking Chatty from the Mad Chatter and Jack from Sped Bookjoy, because they're the 2 channels that I get really good middle grade recommendations from. Obviously the middle grade March Host, but I really want to focus on those 2 channels because they have given me the best middle grade recommendations that are very much for me and very much set more in England. And yeah, so those are the ones those are the channels that I will be linking, if you would have already seen that anyway. But then to my favourite middle grade book is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I've read this multiple times. I've watched different adaptations on TV. I could not love this book more. It's one I've grown up with. If you don't know The Secret Garden, who the hell are you? It is one of the oldest books. It's a children's classic. It is an amazing book. And it's about a girl, Mary, who she basically loses her parents in a storm right at the start of this book. And she gets sent off to live with her, I think, uncle in England. And she has an invalid cousin. And she finds this garden, and the way the garden grows and the way what happens to the garden and her friendship, her relationship with her cousin. And you've got another character called Dickon, who is like one of the gardening sort of young servants sort of thing there. And this was just an absolutely incredible book, and it is one that takes me, because Mary, you hate her at the start of the book because she's such a spoilt brat, but she grows and the garden grows, and I love the nature element and I love the outside element. And I love the way, like, her friendship with Dickon and her relationship with her cousin, and it all just grows, and it's just about nature and things coming to life when you look into them. I love all the film adaptations. I love the book. I could read this multiple times and never get bored of it, and I can always get more out of it. So it's probably one of my favourite children's classics. So yeah, those are the top 5 books. Then I've got 2 honorary mentions. Couldn't do a book middle grade recommendation without doing about the borrowers. Actually, I'm also going to link Alice's channel, actually, for Alice and the Giant Bookshelf, because she does give me good recommendations, and she actually bought me this. And this is The Borrowers by Mary Norton. It's a very, very old classic. Again, it's got film and TV adaptations. If you don't know The Borrowers, again, it was one of our time. Like, I remember it being on TV, and I got more out of reading this one than I did reading some of my other copies of it. The borrowers are like these little people that live under the floorboards, and they borrow things to make their own little living. It's brilliant. Like, I love it. Ariete is one of the best protagonists again, because she's like this little girl and she finds things and she seeks adventure and she seeks mystery, and she gets them into trouble, and her parents are like all nervous, and her dad Pod's like the leader and he goes out and gets things, and it's just such a good book. They borrow from the human beings and then she gets found and you want them to not be hurt and you just love them. And again, look at the pictures. There's just so many great pictures throughout this, and it's just so incredible. It really is absolutely incredible. And then the last honorary mention is Rumasia. I can never say it right. I know Olivia says it better than I do. And this is a fairy tale retelling, but done in the best way. I read it really virtually like a day. My mum absolutely loved this. This is another really new to me recommendation. And this is my first book that I've read by the author, but I've added like 2 or 3 to my wish list, and I can see myself getting them and adding them, and because I really want to read the next. And like, you start off with one retelling, so it's like basically it's 3 retellings. The first one is Rapunzel, and that's Rumasia, and then you've got retellings of what am I thinking? You've got Sleeping Beauty is one of them. Sleeping Beauty and Cinderella, but it ends knowing that there's more to come, so I have to get the sequel because it just leads me more to come. And like, and then they're all connected, like how it connects the different fairy tales is amazing. And you've got other characters, like you've got a character from Aladdin in it as well. Like, it's just incredible. And the pictures and the retellings and the fact that it shows the strong women, and you don't need boys to come and rescue you. It shows you girls can rescue them, and strong women and magic, and it's just so exciting. Maybe this should actually be in the top 5 more than the others. I don't know. I'm useless with that. But I'm trying to think of what emoji you could do for like middle grade. I think that the fact that I've done 2 like sea emojis, try and find me like a whale or a shark emoji if you've got to the end of this video, because to me I've done like 2 water emojis, or even like a water emoji. Actually, yeah, let's just go with that. If you got to the end of the video, leave me a water emoji, because I've got 2 books set by the sea and I know that I love water, so do a water emoji. But let me know what middle grade books you like. What are your top ones? What are middle grade books that you could recommend to me? Let me know down below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, bring on my ding-a-ling. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.